Hello, I'm Miss Lisa, and I'll be giving you a quick introduction to AutoCAD 2008. You'll have multiple assignments using AutoCAD in Module 2 that will introduce you to an array of tools that will help you create two-dimensional and three-dimensional drawings. Your prior knowledge of fractions, decimals, the coordinate plane, absolute coordinates, relative coordinates, measurement, modeling, and scaling are vital for using this program. Ultimately, we'll use these skills to create a 3D house or business plan for one of your senior projects. So let's take a look at AutoCAD 2008. One of the first things you might notice is that your drawing space is black in this program. Later, we will learn how to use layers, line types, and color to bring our drawings to life, but also to indicate where a window or a door might be in your blueprint. Notice the words across the top of your screen. You will be learning how to access menus in a drop-down format here. If I click on View, Orbit, and then Free Orbit, it gives me the ability to see my drawings from any angle, or simply a 3D view. As I roll my cursor over these drop-down menus, you'll notice that there are a lot of options. Don't worry though, in this basic course you will not be required to learn them all. Surprisingly, there are 10 to 20 tools that you will use to create your masterpieces. If architecture or blueprinting are an interest to you, there are more advanced classes available wherein you will learn all of the tools offered here. Now let's take a look at the right side of your screen. This is known as your dashboard. You will find quick links to some of the most often used tools for this program. You'll notice that when I hold my cursor over each tool, a little pop-up window tells me the name of the tool. I have access to related tools by clicking these down arrows. I'd like to point out that this current view is a 2D or two-dimensional view. I know this by two visual cues, especially if you don't have anything drawn in your space yet. On the upper left-hand side of your screen, you will see a drop-down window that says 2D Drafting and Annotation. The other visual cue is on the lower left-hand side of your drawing space. You will notice a graphic here showing the X and the Y axes. The last thing that I'd like to point out to you is the command window. If you are someone who prefers keyboard commands rather than the mouse, this is where you will type. The command line is also a good place to follow along when you are using a tool. Basic instructions will show up here if you are unsure what information should be typed in next. For instance, if I click on the line tool, in the command window you will notice that AutoCAD is prompting me to specify first point. This is where your knowledge of the coordinate plane will come in. The vertex, or point of origin for the X and Y axes, is 0, 0. Therefore, if I type in 20, 20 for my first point, my line will begin in my drawing space at that coordinate. The command window is now prompting me to specify my next point. I will type a relative coordinate of 10, 10. When I press enter one time, you will see that my first line is complete, and I can either type another coordinate to continue or press enter to complete that line. This has been a brief overview of some of the features of AutoCAD 2008. You will learn more as you watch tutorials and complete each assignment. Now let's get you started.